offensive linemen who were talking about him. They said he was impossible to sack alone. Like you had to have somebody else to put him on the ground.
Yeah,
Otherwise, he's going to throw you off him.
yeah. I mean, he's a huge
A
guy.
quarterback who you can't sack. That
That's
is
crazy. And that's coming from the league's best defensive players. You know, like
yes.
they're admitting this. Honestly, I'm looking at he's 6'6", he's 250 pounds, but like, I mean, he's huge. He's just
And he's graceful like a gazelle.
yeah, he's graceful too. Like he's not like Ryan Mallett out there like stumbling around and
he, his
he goes out there and he can move and he can shake tackles and maybe he can even run for a few
I think
yards. But
the better like contrasting quarterback would be Jamarcus Russell. Because
yes,
Jamarcus Russell was more like a cow trying to play quarterback.
it was like he was running. It was like he had cement blocks on his feet.
Yeah, Ryan Mallett had decent footwork, but Jamarcus Russell, he looked like he'd never ever like learned how to. Nobody ever showed him how to play quarterback in his life. He's had
I
a
have a
cannon.
question. Now that we brought him up, who do you think's the bigger bust, Jamarcus Russell or Ryan Leaf?
That's a great question. Wasn't he drafted number two?
Jamarcus Russell?
Yeah.
No,
No,
he went number
Ryan.
one.
No, Ryan Leaf went number 2.
No, yeah, he did. Ryan Leaf went number two.
Yeah,
Wow,
but
that is
Jamarcus
a
Russell went
great.
number one.
That is a
Yeah,
great
Jamarcus Russell went
question.
number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jamarcus Russell went number one. Ryan Leaf went number two. What's weird. The thing that makes people think Ryan Leaf more was that Indianapolis had the choice, Ryan Leaf or Peyton Manning. Like
Yes.
that's what they thought for like 6 months. Like Ryan Leaf or Peyton Manning. Ryan Leaf or Peyton Manning. You think now you're like, how did that even happen?
Yeah, I know.
But
Like, whoa.
but that is just the uh, the inability to actually be able to project what's going to happen in a player's career.
You know what it was that screwed Jamarcus Russell up? It was the
The
purple
purple
drink.
drink. It was the purple drink. It was
It
cough
was,
syrup.
it was the purple drink. He
It
was
was the
gripping and
purple
sipping.
drink. But
That's why he couldn't. That's why he didn't have too good footwork. He was moving slow on the field, man.
that's true.
He had coating syrup in his Gatorade.
I'm sure he did, dude. He must have been like one of those dudes on like that that muscle relaxer, like
Yeah.
the football commercial where like the dude actually spills muscle relaxer in their Gatorade, and they're all like, yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah.
Jamarcus Russell all the time, man. I mean, we're assuming, but
But yeah, that's a great question. I would honestly say Jamarcus Russell because Jamarcus Russell never did anything good. He
no,
never
he
did
never did.
anything good.
No.
Like
He didn't even impress me in college.
okay, he did to me just because of how big he was and how hard he threw the ball.
Can you believe that he got $32 million guaranteed?
That's because he was draft number one. That's
Exactly.
I'm
Jamarcus
hoping.
Russell is a perfect example of why rookies get paid too much.
I think they need to have a Wookiee rage scale, and I think they're putting it in the next
I hope so, because
CBA.
if anybody's a good example of that, it's this guy.
Definitely.
A guy that totally did not deserve 32 million. He could live off that for the rest of his life. Like he wouldn't even have to play another down of football, you know?
Oh, I was
This
just thinking. Whenever I was remember when I was saying that when Sam Bradford got drafted number one and he made 50 million guaranteed, I thought that was ridiculous. Like he never played in the NFL and he's making more than like 75% of the entire league.
Yeah.
Well, now I do agree he's worth it now, but then no. Do you think he's at third quarterback along with Matt Ryan and Josh Freeman?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think he is. If he could get some help at wide receiver,
Yeah, if he could get some help, then definitely. I
dude,
mean,
look,
he's Bradford, man.
this is crazy. You're seeing mediocre teams landing
Oh,
these
look at the
big time
Bradford.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, if you think about it, listen to the people we just talked about are like the Rams quarterback and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback and the Lions quarterback. We all put them in our top five
I can't.
just now in up and coming players.
Yeah, 3 years ago, these teams were all like 1-15, and now they have quarterbacks that we think are going to be top five quarterbacks in the next 5 years.
Exactly.
Dude,
I don't disagree.
I'm
And you got to add Flacco in there too.
I don't know about Flacco.
I mean, I mean, like, listen, I don't buy Flacco, but I agree that he would be in the top
Yeah,
conversation.
the weird thing
Flacco's
about
about as
Flacco
talented as Big Ben.
is what?
He's about as talented as Ben Roethlisberger.
No, he's not. He's not even close to Ben Roethlisberger. The difference between the one thing that really knocks me off about Joe Flacco is he's been to the AFC Championship twice, hasn't gotten to the Super Bowl. Matt Ryan and Josh Freeman haven't gotten that chance yet.
True.
Matt Ryan's
I
always
think if
been
they
a
got the
player.
chance, they're gonna be able to take advantage of it. But that's true. You
Matty
think of-
Ice is one of the coolest nicknames. I mean,
That is. He had that
dope name.
that started in college, dude. I remember watching him in college.
Boston College.
at Boston College, dude. It was just he against Virginia Tech.
Yep.
Like he had
That's
to play him
the only
twice.
game everyone thinks of.
His senior year, he had to just come out of no. I had no idea who Matt Ryan was until like after Virginia Tech game. They showed those highlights, I think like 200 times that week, and I watched them every single time. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, he's something else.
He's a stud.
Stud. All right. Well, I mean, that's the future of the NFL. I mean, and that's hope, like barring injury,
And no, the lockout is ended.
Yeah. Hopefully, the lockout isn't going on by the time.
Yeah, because I
by
mean,
the time these guys have a shot.
It'd be really disappointing to see the lockout like stunt the development of these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Or every other player in the NFL. It'd really be disappointing and something sad to see.
It really would. I mean, and Bradford is a good example of that. He's had 1 year, and what if they do lock out, and what if that cools him down and he ends up sucking? Like
that'd be disappointing.
I'm a total believer, and you got to ride the momentum. I mean, if they don't have a season and he gets cooled down, I totally think that it's possible that he would.
I mean, he might have one bad season, but I do think they'll rebound. I mean, because if he's good now and he's meant to be good, he's going to be good.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is a possibility. Like we see a guy like Tim Tebow, like lose his opportunity to break out because of this lockout or something like that. That'd be bad.
Yeah, I think when you compare those two, that Tebow is more likely to lose it than Bradford.
Yeah, or like Tebow or McCoy, yeah.
Or McCoy, yeah. Both of those guys, because they didn't really do as much as
Bradford did.
Bradford did, exactly.
Well, both of the guys did get a chance to do it all season. That's one thing. Like,
True.
They only started the last 4 games of their seasons.
Yeah, that's true.
Bradford was the guy from day one.
He was the guy.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, we've talked a lot of good stuff today. We've talked a lot of football. We talked some basketball. We talked some steroids. But it's been an eventful day. We've got some more college football predictions coming up for you on the next episode of Score. Next Wednesday, live at 8:00 p.m. And
it's not going to be live. Oh,
well,
wait.
I mean, it'll be
broadcast live, but we'll be in different states when we actually record it.
Yeah, the thing about the coming weeks is we're not going to be able to have any live shows probably the next month because Joseph is going out of town, so we're going to attempt to make these shows while he's in Texas, God willing. But yeah, thank you for spending your night with us, and join us next week on The Score.